Tom Taylor and John Timms continue Superman's journey to find his place in the world as John joins a group of people protesting Gamorra's treatment of its people, and in turn garnering the ire of the police and President Bendix. Tom Taylor continues his wonderful story by further bolstering John's Superman as one of a more politically motivated mind, especially when it comes to people's rights and standing up for those who cannot stand up for themselves. Taylor just does excellent work setting all of this up and building off of Clark's own story as a refugee who sought shelter on Earth and in America. On top of this, we get some more stuff from Jay, John's new friend, with a few more hints at maybe even possibly a relationship forming between the two, which is something as a longtime Superman fan I welcome with open arms. Taylor also continues building off Philip Kennedy Johnson's recent Warworld storyline, which is partly continued here as Clark finishes his goodbyes and leaves Earth, leaving John with some really fantastic wisdom regarding the future and how it's whatever we make it. John Timms' artwork continues to impress with equal parts grand scale action fitting for a Superman book and just plain fantastic character moments such as portions set in Smallville under the night sky, adding a rather focused, intimate, yet still large scale feel to the book. Superman, Son of Kal-El issue 3 was another just wonderful issue in Jonathan Kent's story as Superman, further reinforcing what his Man of Steel will be about for the people, while also continuing to build out a really interesting story with a unique Wildstorm villain. I'm going to give this issue a 10 out of 10. Superman, Son of Kal-El issue 3 sees both Supermen respond to the Infantino apartment block in Coast City toppling over. John finds that there are 472 people and their pets inside, told to get them clear as his father prevents the building from falling any further. John gets to work rescuing everyone inside as he sees the supports begin to give way, so 4 seconds later he has cleared the entire building, telling his father just to let it fall. Clark knows that this was a hyper-localized seismic event, and John spots the culprit, finding it to be a metahuman named Faultline. Clark tries to talk with the woman, but upon grabbing her, he is thrown to the ground hard. John confronts the woman, who apologizes, not knowing why she is wearing this costume or what is happening to her. John asks if his father is okay, and Clark is, but knows they have to get the woman off the ground before she causes more destruction. Thanks to her powers though, her body's density is off the charts, almost that of a neutron star. Talking with his son in a super hushed tone as not to scare the girl, Clark says that they need to take her to Star Labs, where there the heroes tell the scientists about Faultline's powers while the woman is put in a zero-G stasis. John knows that she's not the first weaponized post-human with memory loss he's encountered, mentioning the man on fire from a few days ago. John soon gets a text, knowing that he's gotta go, as later he meets with Jay at a protest, learning that the Gamorran president ordered the refugees be given back to him, and ever since Truth reported it, people have been protesting and police have showed up to arrest them. A police officer nearby accosts a woman, so Superman steps in, stopping the man's baton before telling the cops that he is gathering with them, illegal or not. Superman tells the cops that if they are arresting people for standing up for those who can't stand up for themselves, he guesses he needs to be arrested as well. The cop knows he can't do that since he's Superman, but John is well aware, telling the cop to do his job. John is put in a pair of cuffs and led away as Cat Gran asks why he is doing this. John says that Superman was a refugee and his grandparents put their only child in a ship and sent him across the stars, to where he found sanctuary in this world and country, something that he wants the Gamorran refugees to have as well. Cat says that President Bendix insists they aren't refugees and Gamorra is a paradise, but Superman says that he rescued the refugees when their boat was sinking and they left everything behind to flee this supposed paradise. Superman wants to look into what President Bendix has been claiming, since no one sends their child on a perilous voyage unless it's more dangerous to stay behind. Later on, John is picked up from jail by his father, learning that the others are being released as well thanks to the public outcry. John thinks he did hard time, but his dad reminds him that he was in there all for 45 minutes. Jay meets with them outside, having come to get John out himself, but it looks like Clark had that covered. Clark is introduced to Jay, thanking him for wanting to bail out his son, since it's not outside the realms of possibility that this could happen again, since his mother has been arrested a lot as well. Clark invites Jay to dinner with them in Smallville, offering to give the young man a lift, as later on at the Kent farm, Jay is introduced to Lois, but the man is silent, telling John that no one told him he would be meeting Lois Lane. Jay finally shakes Lois's hand, saying he has a picture of her on his wall, since she is his hero. He soon runs off after the interaction, so John goes after him, learning the man thought the introduction was awkward. John says that usually people are more intimidated by his father than his mother, but Jay says that he's a journalist and Clark Kent is good, but Lois Lane is the best there is, and she has brought down some of the most corrupt people on the planet. John wonders if he wants to meet her again, leading him back to the farmhouse where his parents are in a rather serious mood. John knows that it's time for his father to leave, as he talks with his father later on about leaving for Warworld, with Clark getting him to promise he won't come looking for him. John knows he can't promise that, since if the roles were reversed, Clark would come looking for him, and Clark doesn't deny it, knowing that he would search the ends of the universe for his son. John knows that this is where his father's story ends, not wanting him to go, but Clark knows if the future is locked in and destiny is impossible, then what is the point of fighting for something better? He tells his son that when he was young, he would come to that roof and look at the stars and imagine what is out there, but he never imagined anything as remarkable as his son. He knows that he doesn't believe in fate. He believes in John Kent, who that day saved 472 people and their pets, and it's not just the people he saved, since his actions created ripples and the families and friends were saved a lifetime of grief, so he's already changed the future. Clark tells his son that he needs to go because people need him, and he has the power to help them. John says that the people there need him on Earth, but Clark says that they need Superman, and that's what John is now, and while he is the man of tomorrow, John is for the days after that. John hugs his father as Lois and Clark leave, and Ma Kent comes to see John, telling him that Clark comes back every time, and while she has worried, she stopped doubting him a long time ago. Lois knows that John will be okay, but Clark knows he will have to be, as later in Gamorra, Bendix learns that Superman is finally gone and Flatline has been retrieved from Star Labs, activating her density powers as he has his team drop the metahuman out of a plane above the Kent farm. Bendix activates the woman, wanting to take John Kent's world from him as Faultline slams hard into the Kent farm, obliterating the entire area.